I need your attention a little bit. I don't think so. Thank you all for coming really in this number. And so just a little bit of time, I will ask you from my side. And so one more time, good evening everyone, and welcome to Kulturfolger for those here for the first time. My name is Petra, and I'm running the space since 3 years. This is our third birthday. First of all, thank you for coming in this number, and before everything, like a major thank you to Renata. Where's Renata? It's here. Renata, Miron, Granados, our designer who did this amazing work with the magazine we are celebrating today, our third issue, and did all this amazing collages and work around it. Thank you to Nicola, who is our DJ for tonight, DJ Desiring Machine, and our special guest, Delia Melnikova, as well, who will perform for you tonight. So, you know, today we are celebrating our third birthday, and in these 3 years, we have continuously worked with concepts, myths, narratives, where we open, dissect, explore, and construct them again. Every year we have a main topic of the program, which is characterized with a general interest in, let's say, complicated things. Last year, our topic was luxury, and today we are launching our new magazine, whose topic is, of course, luxury, and you can see here. So now I want to tell you a story about luxury. So speaking of luxury, it gives you more than you have the right to expect. It gives you thicker chocolate coating, fruit, education, intellect, and more responsibility. But with us, with this series of exhibitions, talks, performances, we wanted to imagine luxury as a desire of a curious, bored human to go beyond common understanding of culture, with the use of material abundance to break the boundaries. But for that, we first needed to transcend the naturalized distinctions between the necessary and unnecessary or excessive. An example here, a Hadron Collider. For its maintenance and experiments, we use a budget that could potentially feed Africa on a yearly basis, which is $1 billion US. But this is a very bad comparison. If we think like this, we would never build a collider. Let's try to think it in another way. Hadron Collider is not sustainable. It is pure luxury in that sense. Of course, while you're discovering the fundamental secrets of the universe, you can't be cheap. And some would easily argue this is in a way not necessary. But it's a groundbreaking moment for us because it opens up new and unforeseen moments to come. So I would argue that when we are talking about luxury is not a joke. Luxury is not showing off. Luxury is a responsibility. Luxury is sending men to the moon. Luxury is reading books. Luxury is reading philosophy. Luxury is many interpretations. Luxury, in a way, is the power of understanding concepts, and it can only grow in smart and precious places from rich context. Luxury, in a way, means intellectual play with the abundance of the world. The ultimate luxury is a masterpiece. So we can think of a masterpiece as a kind of a work or a performance of a master, a piece of work of surpassing excellence that goes beyond the master. It's a triumph, a coup, marvelous feat, a wonder, sensation, outstanding example, showpiece, gem prize. It's an ultimate luxury. But how do we find it in a generic world we live in? In the generic, masterpieces are hidden. The topic is repetition of the generic, reflection of present need and present ability. There's an interest in history, but you can kind of fabricate history. It's a concept that belongs to the globalized world and to the cyberspace, which articulates our environment in terms of sameness. Identity is lost in the generic. This is the noise we swim in. Generic is a constant and other, a parasite which invades us and which we want to exploit, embody, and capture. It's a sort of a consistent chaos which is always present. But in a way, luxury and masterpieces, they belong to another time. They are from a different clock. We might say time is luxury. We either have it too much or too little. Both are luxury. Time is luxury only if it's relative. It depends on the viewer, on the speed of traveling. Luxurious time is time that it's not linear, that percolates, is viscous and thick like amber. And this time allows us to recognize what is a masterpiece. Masterpieces can travel through time. For me, the quality of a masterpiece is that it's not made of forms, but rather it's a kind of a depository of different forms. It's not made of time, but it's a source of many times. It permanently shakes with this noise. It never stops rustling and calling. Masterpiece unfolds itself in specific situations, historical contexts, and geographical places. Masterpieces required a fold. In the fold, masterpieces plays with hiding and revealing, with certain elusiveness. Baroque era has gifted us the fold, this vibrating dynamic of pleats, creases, draperies, furrows, bows, and ribbons of fashion. We know fold from fashion, and it's engaged in the game of hiding and revealing, body in motion. It's all about eros in Baroque. It's a dress that it's a process, it's in the process of becoming. It folds and unfolds the outside, and it requires a body of infinite folds and surfaces that twist and weave through compressed time and space. Through process of folding, a masterpiece is capable of becoming a new matter, accommodating new interpretations, new meanings, can be questioned, can be provocative, can be uneasy, unclear, complex, beautiful. Masterpieces are luxurious folds of multiple indexes. They are open-ended, non-exclusive, unlimited, exterior, and infinite. It is crucial for the notion of the masterpiece does it not seek to dominate the object, or to serve it. It's not there to authorize something, but rather to augment something. It alters how we think about art and philosophy, and especially their relation to each other, but also it speaks about culture as a certain universal thing. But on the other hand, there's poetry, which is a kind of a fold, yeah, on itself. Poiesis in ancient Greek means to make. It's a word that was first a verb, an action that transforms and continues the world. It's not a technical production or a kind of a creation in the romantic sense, but it reconciles through the matter and time the man with the world. Poetry is a luxury that we cannot afford. What Singapore's first Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew in 1969 said to the students of the NUS, which is the same year that we landed a man on the moon. What a luxury was that? Maybe that's exactly right. Poetry, and therefore art, needs a decadent, abundant soil to thrive on. Abundance and poetry, they kind of go together well. So, Kulturfolger issue 3, what we have on the wall, it's a book of poems. These poems found their fertile ground on the Instagram, which, just like the generic C, is full of information, text, images, different worlds, identities, meanings, talkings. All of them more or less successful. Our poems search within the big plenty and find the anchorage of different profiles. Each verse is appropriated from a different Instagram profile and united into a poem. Influencers, fashion designers, theorists, chefs, actors, artists, you and me, we are all diverse characters. Every image is a collage of the digital and analog existences, a possible visual interpretation of what each poem could be. So I'm not saying now that this work is a masterpiece, but it certainly deals with the generic, it deals with a fold, and it has an envelope. And our book of poem wants to make a certain island of negentropy in the sea of notes. These poems, that I hope you will read, are part of Kulturfolger, they're part of me, they're part of you, they're part of different countries. They come from many places, they speak many languages. And I would like to invite you now for a quick journey through some of them, some of the voices that are being read around the world of our poems.
I'm your May Queen, your mink and honey baby, with celestial body somewhere between flesh and machine. So special, so rare, so perfectly plated, low and slow, with a soft stare. Your sailor moon among iridescent mid-altitude clouds, swirling in a Jovian jet stream of a Jupiter atmosphere. I'm a hazy aura of gas and dust, illuminated, rendered, airborne. Your pale coil called angel, 300 million light years away.
The process of developing richly and fully. Just admire the space angel that lies nearly 2,000 light years from us and appears in a relatively isolated region of the Milky Way galaxy. A massive young star is responsible for the furious activity we see in the nebula. Shine like a star, dream like a child, fly like a bird. No rules, no limit. We should never lose our inner child. A bullet with angel wings.
All dressed up and just gazing at the oh-so-inviting pool, smiling because it's Saturday and my knit is cropped and my curls are popping in my giant shell kaftan. We had a beach day and it was fabulous. Everyone really enjoyed our boat day. Everyone really enjoyed the Getty Villa, the play day, the playroom, Chateau Relaxo. Convertible in December, only in LA. We're the reason they call it the City of Angels. Once this was real, once this was life.
Let me give you amazing views of the sapphire jewel. When Juno was performing its 9th close flyby on October 24, framed and flanked with a white swan, surrounded with kindred ghosts and dead air in a smooth silicon blur. This brave new world, still on a high from yesterday's eclipse. Breathe in some beauty and power, and let it manifest greatness within you. A rare privilege, even now, savor every moment, every step, with every breath. Air.
Majera drip, brother lunch break, Arba Dior. What's a time? What's a year? What's a day to be alive?
This gentle waist cut up, Guido and champagne, at noon. His face for once a truth of my own, for real, for now. Bellezza orientale, what a beautiful metaphor for life.
After Grand Basel and the cars, some boats. 1 billion miles on autopilot, waking up in Venice. I'm time traveling. I take off, no jet lag. Too much free time, but who's complaining? I've been wearing the ocean all day on the beach, wondering, why haven't I came sooner? But then, when you move on God's timing, everything aligns. Edusha, Sea of Desire, jet behind studio, path of emotion, half-escalated caryatid bus, Ugo Rondinone, Four Seasons, deserted, silent beaches, stunning eucalyptus scents, and dozens of Clephrus ruben mushrooms. As if Neptune would chase me through the city.
Never ever trust my endless elegance, my defined narrow brows and slicked back wet hair, my supple sheen on natural lips and pared back skin, my nail varnish on the index and middle fingers, rose-tinted ruptures on a bed, my embroidered biker pumps, my reversible scarves, lined trench coat, my smoldering looks, hanging loose with a spicy lean against the red, hot sculpture outside. Its elephant in the room, one's favorite accessory, for that wispy, devil-may-care look.
Sinners is more. The chrome and steel she rides colliding with the very air she breathes. From her head to her toe, she grows, a straight star yielding on her back. She is my discretional sin, someone to hear your prayers with exquisite visions and an extra dose of epiphany. Piteous Virgin, #forever. Don't deliver us from evil. Smiley face with one.
So, yeah, that was it from my side. Thank you for being in this heat with me. And you can see the magazine live as well. We are selling it for 20 francs, which is, I think, not a lot. You can support us if you like it. If you don't like it, then please now stay here for the... yes. You can see it like this. It has a fold. Yeah, tell me what you think. Stay with us.
It's amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
I think one last applause for Petra for making everything happen.